What's up, everybody? This is Mr. 100K a day with another episode of the biggest hater in track and field. And today we're going to be talking about a guy who definitely we need to keep our eye on. He's a predator. Definitely a guy who definitely needs to be watched. His name is Angelo Taylor. Now, I've never met Angelo Taylor personally, never have, but he reached out to me recently based upon a comment that I had made on a Facebook post. And he reached out to me. He had some words to say to me. So what you're seeing right now is a picture of his mugshot, a picture that he took, after he got caught in the back seat of the car with, of course, a 15-year-old a few years back. And when he reached out to me, tell him that it wasn't him because I mentioned something about it on a Facebook post. So, me being the guy that I am, I'm never going to put a person out there and lie on a person and make it seem like they did something they didn't do. So guess what I did? I went to confirm it. So I went to confirm it because I didn't want to make a man, involved in something that I know he wasn't involved with. So, but I remember the case vividly. So they were talking about this particular guy, a gold medalist, allegedly found with a 15-year-old girl. In the article, this is from ESPN back in January 14, 2005. Two-time Olympic gold medalist Angelo Taylor was arrested when a police officer allegedly found him having sex with a 15-year-old girl in a parked car. Angelo 26 Taylor, of Decatur, was charged Thursday with one count of child molestation and enticing a child for indecent purposes. He posted a $2,000 bond at jail. At the DeKalb County Police spokesman Dale Davis said Friday. He won 2 gold medals in the 400-meter hurdles and the 4x4 relay at the 2000 Sydney Games. The former Georgia Tech track star placed second at the 2004 Olympic trials in the 400, but didn't qualify for the final in the Athens Games. So he said it wasn't him, y'all. He reached out to me, and he made some statements saying that this information was erroneous. I'll show you guys. This is the message he sent to me. He said, "Hey man, I don't know who you and you don't know me. Do I need to get my lawyers involved? Keep my name out of your mouth because you have no idea what you were talking about." So I said to him, I was like, I sent them a link, and I was like, I just report the facts. Get your lawyers involved. He said, no problem. We'll do so. I will do so. I said, if it's a lie, leave them underage girls alone. And I also said, he said, I don't F with no underage girls. I'm not on any offender list, nor was I charged with the minor. He said barge, but I think he means charged with the minor. I'm married man with 4 kids. Don't play with me. Don't worry. You will hear from my lawyers. So I sent them the articles from the newspaper, from the Chicago Tribune back when the incident happened. And he, for some reason, still denied that it was him. I said, tell him to contact the police department. It's in police reports. I have them. I will publish them if you want. He said, I screenshotted this message and sent it to my lawyer right now as we speak. I'm like, okay, cool. It's all public information. So, me, I'm not the type of guy that want to go around and spreading false accusations about somebody. So I just went and sent a subpoena out to the sheriff's department. I sent it out to all the agencies to see if this guy was really the guy. And it appears to be him because it says Angelo Frederick Taylor, 1278. And that's exactly who, you know, is in the court documents and the guy that was listed in the police reports. So the problem that I have is this, you know, he went back to coaching. He did all these things. Let me not even say. I mean, they can't dispute that he was a great athlete. But why would this guy deny it being him when he knows, what he was involved with? Is it something that he's still involved with? Is he lying? USATF allowed this guy to be a coach, and they had to do an investigation to find out why they would allow this guy to still be coaching kids after his background, like with that type of crime in his background. Like, a lot of us have taken penitentiary chances. I have myself. A lot of us did stuff in college when we was young, got us in trouble. Some of us may have got locked up, went to the penitentiary. It happens. We change. We move on with our life. But I'm sorry, this is not a crime or a type of thing that I feel like that should be swept under the rug. It shouldn't be, y'all. So I went to this World Athletics profile. It said December 29th, 1978. This is the guy with the mugshot. It's the same profile. Isn't that him? Looks like him to me. Here's the police report. That's the screenshot from the police report. So what bothers me is why a man with these type of credentials, he had some pretty good times, 10:58 in the 100, 20.2 in the 200, 44:05 in the 400, and he ran 47:25 in the open four. He went back and won after those charges, the child molestation charges. He went back to the Olympics and won again in 2008. So he won in 2000, then went back and won in 2008 again, and didn't even make the final in '04. So he really has been around for a while. But one of the things that bothers me outside of the him messing with underage girls the most was how he performed at the 2000 Olympics, 2012 Olympics. Okay. So what happened was the United States entrusted this guy. They trusted this guy to run the anchor leg on the 4x1. Okay. They trusted him. So they let him run the ankle leg on a 4x1. He gets the baton. And where does he get the baton? He gets the baton ahead. This is him when he got the baton. This is him on the backstretch. When he got the baton, he was rolling. He was rolling down the bayou. So he's running, and of course, we saw what happened in the end. The guy blows by him from the Bahamas. Bahama men had never won an individual Olympic gold medal, I believe, until that point. They blow right by him, and of course, he cost the United States the gold medal in their race. They're celebrating. Those are them, the bronze squad. The bronze people got bronze in the background. And what is Angelo Taylor doing while everybody's celebrating? He's sitting there looking up, saying, "Man, I can't believe what just happened. A guy from the Bahamas came and caught me from behind and took my gold medal away, embarrassed the team." So, I don't get it. I don't get these type of dudes because of him. Bahamas beat us. We got second that year. Trinidad and Tobago ended up getting bronze. That's why they were the guys are in the background there in the red on the ground celebrating. And that's why Angelo Taylor is bent over with the agony defeat on his face and nobody's around him. If you notice, all the other medalists, they have their teams with them. And Angelo Taylor, he's standing there alone. The United States wasn't rocking with him. The truth of the matter is this: the United States shouldn't have been rocking with him to begin with after he caught that case. I can understand other charges. I can understand if he caught a body or something like that, but he's messing with underage girls and he lies about it. Why lie about it? Why just come out and not just come out and say, "Hey, it was my past"? Why continue to coach? It tells me that you're trying to be slick and there's something we need to watch about you. I don't have anything against Ray. Yeah, I know I got nothing against Ray's Tate. But why is this man on a public platform with Ray's Tate? This is Angelo Taylor right here. He's still doing podcasts. He's still involved in track and field. He's still all over the place and in the mix. And I feel like it's an unfortunate situation that track and field lets guys like this operate with impunity within the community. This is his police report and the mugshot back from his arrest when he was messing with underage girls twice, 2 counts of it, 2 arrests for it. So I know he tried to deny it was him and say it wasn't him. He sent me the message, but it was you, homie. It was you. And I want people to make sure that you be aware of the type of people we have out here. Because when a man lies about who he is, instead of just saying, "Hey, it was me, I got caught up. Look what's on the report. Yes, it was child this, child that. I like underage girls, but I had to grow out of it, or it was a mistake I made. I got help." He can't even say that. This man goes around and lies about it. He sends me a message and tries to make it seem like I'm gonna get his lawyers involved, like I'm supposed to be scared of a lawyer. Don't you understand? I've dealt with all the police before, so all types of police. So a lawyer, you calling a lawyer doesn't scare me. That doesn't bother me at all. But a man who's involved in this type of activity does scare me. I want you to stay away from our kids and little children. You should not be coaching. You should not be involved in any way, shape, fashion, or form with kids. You should not. The USATF let you slide a few years ago. They let you slide a few years ago until the investigation was done. I guess the newspaper people went and found out that you were coaching or whatever. And then I guess the articles came out and they got rid of you. They got rid of you. I don't know if you denied it then, but the truth of the matter is you should not be around children. This man should not be around children. He should not even be on Ray's Take Show. He shouldn't. He shouldn't. And I feel like it's unfortunate that guys like this even have a platform because and people even support him. So I'm what I'm gonna do, y'all. I'm a nobody, but what I am gonna do, and I'm gonna keep calling attention. I'm gonna keep calling attention to things like this because if they're gonna lie about this, if they're gonna hide things like this, what else are they gonna lie about and hide? That's what I ask you guys. If you're going to lie about things like this, if you're going to cover things like this up, what else are you going to lie about and hide? So, uh, USATF did find out that he was still out there being slick and messing with and still coaching and stuff underage girls. And because the Orange County Register did a report on him, and this is the article, and Miles Split reported that they suspended Angelo Taylor. They said, "Hey, following a report by the Orange County Register disclosing past allegations of sexual misconduct towards minors, Olympic two-time 400-meter champion Angelo Taylor was immediately suspended immediately as a youth coach by the United States Track and Field Federation." Now, he was still a coach. This is in 2019. Look, May 17, 2019. So 10 years, 15 years after all this, they allowed this man to still be a certified track coach. Certified, USATF. This goes to show the incompetency, how the incompetence of USATF about how they allow people to just do whatever. They don't care about the athletes. They don't care about the children. They don't try to protect anybody. They don't try to, except of course Max Siegel, the CEO, who getting $2-3 million a year while the athletes out here suffering and starving. But that's another video for another day. So this article said Taylor, a coach with the East Atlanta Track Club, who was a member of USATF Georgia's Association Board of Directors, had been arrested twice in 2005 for allegations of child molestation in two separate cases. Two. Before the Olympian later pled down to lesser charges and was put on probation. Now the police said they found on the backseat of a car, bucky naked, bucky naked. And that's what they said happened. At the time, Taylor pled guilty to contributing to the delinquency of two underage girls in January of 2006, though the child molestation charges were dropped by the county prosecutors. In a statement the OC Register published on Thursday, the USATF said, accordingly, this individual is prohibited from participating in any capacity in any activity or competition authorized, sanctioned by, or under the auspices of USATF or the USOC, and any local affiliated organizations of USATF, including USATF associations and clubs. This individual has been placed on USATF's list of suspended individuals. As of Friday, Taylor has not responded to telephone or email uh, uh, by email to the OC Register. According to the report, Taylor has coached over a handful of young athletes, many reaching the collegiate ranks, and was coach of the Elite Speed Summer Track Club in Decatur, Georgia, from 2016 to 2018. Taylor could request a hearing. The OC reported, which will determine if the provisional suspension should be upheld, dissolved, or whether other emergency action instead of suspension shall be taken. Now, I don't know if he appealed it. I don't know what he did after that, but one thing I do know is that USATF dropped the ball. They definitely dropped the ball. Why would they let a guy like this even participate as a coach, as anything in their programs? Like, if I knew that my daughter, my 15-year-old daughter, was running track and this was the coach, I wouldn't let her run there. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. As a matter of fact, to even know that this type of person is a guy who is, you know, who's even around, I would automatically say, why is this dude even around? How could them parents, what type of parents was even around there? So that's what bothers me. It's like, do people not even care? Maybe people don't even care because, it's not their child they feel like it's going to be affected. But of course, people say that until it's their child, or until it's them. And then that's when they care, when it affects them. So I think people should keep those type of things in mind. I think that we should be aware of what's going on in the community and do something. I'm disappointed that Ray's Take even got this type of dude on the show. Like I said, I've had trouble with the law. A lot of people had trouble with the law. A lot of people take penitentiary chances, but a guy who messing with underage girls or whatever, I don't care. That's one of the things that recidivism is at an all-time high on. That's something that I feel like you can't break from a person. If you're attracted to underage girls, then that's something that I believe that ultimately you never shake from. You never shake from it. And I think that based on his history and how he performed at the 2012 Olympics, I think that this man should be banished from track and field totally. Now, I don't know what y'all think. If y'all think what he did was okay, you know, let me know in the comments. But if you don't think what he did was okay, you know, reach out to me and let me know what you guys really want to do. um, and if we can, do something, make sure that we protect other potential victims from this particular person, because I feel like what he did was wrong. I don't feel like there's under any circumstance where it would be okay to engage in the conduct that he's engaged in. As a matter of fact, to add to that, because I'm a person who likes to like do my complete due diligence. You know, I feel like you know, um, other incidents that I know he's been involved with, still is really a reflection of who he really is. So, uh, let me show you guys this, because this incident happened around the same time right here. And I'm not saying that he's a bad guy as far as you know, done something to me. He ain't done nothing to me, but he reached out to me and tried to clown me. So uh around the same time, I just noticed that, he don't just uh, get caught with underage girls. He also get caught, beating up on his woman. So on this one was an incident that happened on I'm sorry, y'all. It happened on the 19th of March 2006, not long after he got the charge for the messing with the underage girls. Simple battery, family violence. As you can see, it is him, Angelo Frederick Taylor. Boom, same year birthday, age 26. So his 26 year was pretty rough for him. He was out there wilding, loosing and goosing. But the police report is pretty clear, y'all. It says that he said, this is the police said, the police narrative. Okay. It said, I responded to a domestic at the listed location and spoke with the victim, who stated that her and her boyfriend have argued off and on since last night. During one of the incidents over the night, the police were called to the residence and separation was the only action taken. When I responded, I observed the victim had small lacerations on her neck, and she stated that the suspect scratched her while they were having numerous arguments over drugs, money, and belongings. In reference to this particular incident, the 911 call was taken. Call taker was heard the 911 call taker could hear a male yelling in the background. The suspect was taken into custody for simple battery and transferred to the jail without incident. The vehicle he drove up in, which had been left in the street, was impounded to statewide. Well, I don't know how bad he was. He probably just wanted to get his dope back or whatever, his roids back or whatever he was on. But the fact of the matter is, because I didn't have to, grab up my baby mama a time or two, because the women be tripping sometimes, but you know how I go. But the dude's still a creep though in my book. For him to engage in the conduct that he's engaged in, and for him still be allowed in track and field, I think is an absolute tragedy. I feel like it's the USATF drops the ball on these type of people, because he's not the only one who's been caught up in this type of thing. But I feel like this is something that the community should just be aware of overall, and just make sure that we protect ourselves from and to protect our kids from. So, you know, there's always room for growth, and there's always a room for to change as a people. But these types of people, I believe, should be banished and should be isolated, and you make sure you keep an eye on these people at all times. And I thought it was also kind of interesting in this police report that the woman who was the victim in the case, she was 39 years old. So he liked old women, and I don't know, it has like R. Kelly vibes, where she's 39 at the time, and it says it right there. He's 26. So she was 39 on this. He had him an old chick too, 13 years. So Lord knows what these people was involved with. So anyway, this has been another episode of the biggest hater in track and field. And if y'all have any information on this, if y'all got any questions, comments, or suggestions, reach out. Just tell me in the comments what y'all think. I'll holla. Peace.